A famous Chinese author and social critic Lu Xun once compared Chinese society with that of a big dyeing vat. No matter how clean you are, once you enter China, you'll be dyed the same color as the rest of them. Well, that might be the case with JPMorgan, as federal regulators are investigating into their Chinese hiring practices as well as possible bribery. According to a Weibo post that cites the IB Times, the SEC is trying to determine if the bank had hired the children of Chinese officials as a way to secure business contracts. While it's not illegal to hire the children of the rich and powerful, it would be breaking American law if the hiring was made in exchange for business opportunities. And some of the employees in question include Tang Xiaoning, the son of the once vice chairman of China's banking regulator. Now, Tang is now the chairman of China Everbright Group, a state-controlled financial enterprise. Tang is believed to have worked at JPMorgan from 2010 to last December. China Everbright has become one of JPMorgan's prized Asian clients, even though the two companies had very little business dealings before Mr. Tang had joined the team. Another case would be that of Zhang Xixi, the daughter of the former deputy chief engineer of China's Ministry of Railways. The deputy chief was detained in 2011 on corruption charges and for funneling $2.8 billion into offshore private accounts. And in 2007, after JPMorgan hired his daughter, China Railway Group hired JPMorgan to assist with its IPO. Now, Chinese Weibo users, however, weren't surprised at all. And although many didn't agree with the practice, most of them accept that it's simply how things are done in China. So now let's take a look at some of their comments.
It seems that foreign companies are becoming smart. They use Chinese people to control the Chinese market, which can facilitate their business. It only proves that they are good at doing business and that there are loopholes in the Chinese system. This is very common in China, and the Chinese government would never investigate it because it is how everybody does business. Everybody knows how it works. We all know that the officials are trading favors and there's collusion between business and politics, but China's own regulatory bodies choose to ignore it. It's up to the Americans to help weed out China's corruption cases, which is just laughable. This reminds me of the Qing dynasty when foreigners first came to China. Even the foreigners were embarrassed by the amount of corruption in China.
Foreign companies taking part in bribery in China seems to be a trending topic on Weibo in recent weeks. Pharmaceutical companies seems to be at the forefront, with Sanofi, Novartis, GlaxoSmithKline, Novo Nordisk being investigated for possible bribery of doctors across various hospitals in China's top-tier cities. The Chinese Ministry of Public Security even announced that it was going to investigate the senior executives in the Chinese division of the British pharmaceutical company GlaxoSmithKline for bribery. Now, this is not the first time that Western companies are investigated for bribery in China. Back in 2005, Avon products were also investigated for violations of U.S. anti-bribery laws. Now, many Chinese internet users felt that it's rather ironic that American law enforcement would help tackle Chinese corruption problems. Others, however, pointed out that the entire basis for the Chinese concept of connections is founded on the principle of reciprocal favors, and that bribery as part of Chinese society is definitely here to stay.